Sirius Star Magic. Sirius and the 2020 New Year celebration. Sirius currently at 14 Cancer 21, the brightest star in our night sky, helps us to ring in each new year with the light codes it sends directly to Earth while crossing the meridian around midnight local time. The meridian is defined as a circle of longitude beginning from the south point of the horizon, passing through the zenith to the north point of the horizon. The meridian coincides with geographical longitude, and every location on the Earth's surface has its own meridian or zenith. As a magical star recognized by the ancient alchemists, this is a powerful time for receiving a direct energetic download to begin our new calendar year, and in year 2020, we are also beginning a new decade. Plus, the Earth is near perihelion, closest to the Sun in its annual cycle, late on January 4th in the Western time zones and January 5th for the Eastern time zone, meaning the Earth is closest to the Sun the first week of January and as the new year begins. This means the Earth is getting the closest possible direct transmission of light directly from the Sun and Sirius as the calendar year begins, similar to a full moon effect with Sirius lighting up the night opposite the Sun lighting up the day. With the North Node within 6 degrees of this Bohemian magical star, the effect of connecting with our global destiny is magnified even further as we begin this new year, new decade, the Gregorian calendar calls 2020. The North Node with Sirius at the new year is a once every 19-year event, speaking to the rarity of this entrance into 2020 in an eclipse window that closes on January 10th with a penumbral lunar eclipse and Mercury outside the boundaries of the Sun until January 12th, suggesting the possibility of a new perspective that could change everything, though we may not see how right away. So 19 years again is 911 reference here. At the same time, it says that these planetary positions create a new perspective. So that's why this year is a events-packed year for all the chaos to begin and mature. Recent findings reveal we are downstream from Sirius in the part of the galactic arm our solar system resides in. If God is the bringer of life, energy, and light, Sirius fits the description. It transmits its energy, highly charged particles, to our entire system via the magnetic field lines. We literally receive energy from Sirius. 2020 planets with Sirius at about a week before and after the exact date for the full effect. Mars doesn't pass Sirius in 2020, Mercury on June 14, June 21st, and July 26th due to Mercury's retrograde. Sun on July 5th, Venus on August 22nd. In our current era, the Sun and Sirius are together at the time the Earth is furthest from the Sun and opposite one another when the Earth is closest to the Sun at perihelion. On January 1st, our current New Year point, Sirius is on the mid-heaven at midnight, sending us a direct download for the Sirius Stargate portal. The exact Sun opposition to Sirius is around January 5th or 6th. In the same way, the Sun and Sirius are conjunct around July 5th or 6th. These dates just so happen to also be around the time the Earth is either closest or furthest from the Sun. That's why July 5th or 6th are on high alerts. July 4th to 5th is the full moon. This connection to the Sun with Sirius is something that shifts over time. In 1776, on the 4th of July, the Sun was aligned with Sirius. The signing of the U.S. Declaration of Independence was purposely planned for this time, assessing the magical energies of this star, a bold revolutionary act as independence was being declared for a new nation. The Sun with Sirius alchemically activates the stargate, opening the doorway to many multidimensional realms, including our starry origins. Entrusted with the wisdom and knowledge of an earlier and now forgotten civilization, the ancient Egyptians believed that Sirius held the key to the destiny of the world and to their own personal immortality. Their beliefs were based on a series of texts already ancient in their time, which described special star medicines that resonated with the energy of Sirius and were capable of transforming their bodies into a higher immortal form. In the maxims of Ptahhotep, we are all urged, follow the heart for as long as you live. For it is this organ that retains the greatest sensitivity to the harmonizing archetypal forces of Sirius. It becomes our listening place for the Sirius message of eternal love, knowledge, and understanding. Sirius and the dark days of summer. Contrary to other rivers, the Nile begins its annual swelling in the hottest time of the year, at the beginning of the dark days. That is, at the moment when Sirius rises at the same time as the Sun, a date which during the 3rd millennium BC coincided with the summer solstice. The dark days of summer currently begin around June 25th and last until August 11th with the exact Sun conjunction to Sirius happening on July 5th or 6th. Sirius rises before the Sun around August 7th in many locations on the August cross quarter. This is due to precision that shifts the seasonal dates through the constellations, moving 1 degree every 72 years. Dark days is the name for the solstice period of summer from about July 3rd to August 11th, named in early times by observers in countries bordering the Mediterranean. The period was recorded as extending from 20 days before to 20 days after the conjunction of Sirius and the Sun. That's why 2020 this year is so important, because Sirius before and after 20 days conjunction of the Sun is so important. The time of conjunction varies with difference in latitude, and because of the precision of the equinoxes, it changes gradually over long periods in all latitudes. This canicular day get the name from Sirius, the brightest star in the constellation Canis Major. At this time of the year, Sirius disappears into the sun's glow, meaning the sun and Sirius are rising and setting around the same time. Ancient stargazers thought the heat from Sirius, the brightest star in the heavens, combined with the heat of the sun creating the hottest days of the year. Technically, Sirius is hotter than our sun. However, it is unlikely this far-away star is adding to the heat of our planet. However, it is worth noting the synchronicity of the sun with Sirius giving rise to these stories in the current star season that lasts for a few thousand years. Over 26,000 years, every season will connect with the sun and Sirius, shifting signs every 2,160. For example, Sirius currently at 14 Cancer 21st is in this seasonal sign for 2,160 years, having entered this sign just over 1,000 years ago, and staying in this sign another 1,160 years, which is 911. That's why this year is important. Also, years. Previously, Sirius traveled through the seasonal sign of Leo for 2,160 years and will be in the seasonal sign of Gemini for 2,160 years, covering the summer months in the northern hemisphere. Sirius, the giver of life. The ancient Egyptians saw Sirius as a giver of life, for it always reappeared at the same time of the annual flooding of the Nile, when the star sank in the west and disappeared from the night sky. It was hidden by the light of the sun for 70 days before reappearing in the east at its heliacal rise and rising before the sun. This was viewed as a time of death and rebirth. Sirius. This was so important to the Egyptians. They used this 70-day period in their funeral rites. For example, when a king died, it was 70 days after death when the burial took place, symbolizing when the king was reborn in the stars. More on the Egyptian view of Sirius. For the Egyptians, Sirius was key to the destiny of their world and to their own personal immortality. Their beliefs were based on a series of texts already ancient in their time, describing special star medicines that resonated with the energy of Sirius, capable of transferring their bodies into a higher immortal form. Sirius also has associations with higher dimensional frequencies of consciousness, helping to quicken and evolve our planet and shift our physical vibration. Turning into the planets are, as they pass Sirius, further facilitates the restructuring and cellular transformational process already underway. This is an especially useful time to sit with clear intent in meditative relationship, opening to receive insights or messages about your own personal transformational process. Is Sirius our spiritual sun? The dark star Sirius is also known as our spiritual sun. Esoterically, the heart of our physical sun. During the dark days when Sirius disappears into the sun's glowing light, some say our physical sun is embracing our spiritual sun. After such a celestial union, a rebirth or resurrection occurs 70 days later. This is the period of time Sirius disappears from the night sky, sequenced in the myth when Isis is hiding until the birth of her son Horus. Eventually, the star reappears after Horus is born. Resurrection in its time. Sirius was astronomically the foundation of their Egypt's entire religious system. It was the embodiment of Isis, sister and consort of the god Osiris, who appeared in the sky as Orion. Sirius and the Sun within 6 degrees from June 30th to July 12th each year. Sirius is a Bohemian star, so Sirius is with the Sun. The Taoists see the Sun as a gateway, and the alchemists also recognized the importance of the Sun activating the Sirius when the energies of this magical star are illuminated and amplified, so we can more easily access to the wisdom found in various multidimensional realms. This includes the knowledge and remembrance of our starry origins. From late June until the September equinox, the light codes from Sirius are amped up, worth tuning into, even though Sirius will not be visible in the morning sky until about August 7 each year. These are often referred to as the dark days of summer. Some sources say the dark days of summer are from July 3rd to August 11, when the stars of Canis Major and Canis Minor are with the Sun. Note that August 3rd and August 4th probably are high alert days because 32 degree and 33 degree. So as August 14, 15, 16, and then probably 21st, because the degree 43rd degree, 44th, 45th, and 50 degrees are also important. Sirius influence humans. It is said that the fixed stars and their dominant and their domain contain the essence or souls of matter. A living soul is a higher essence of matter, and when evolved may also be called a star. These stars and essence become gods. Like souls, stars are regarded as having divine attributes. Stars look down from regions of chaotic, violent purity onto the world of humanity and influence the energies of mankind invisibly, yet most powerfully. In June of 1993, as our Sun covered Sirius from the Earth's view, the largest flood of the past century occurred. The waters of the Mississippi, our Nile River, overflowed its banks. The flood that year continued until the middle of August, when Sirius reappeared from behind the Sun. The flood waters receded and the immediate life-threatening crisis subsided. So I would say brace for any water events starting around 25th till the whole July till mid-August, and I believe 23rd, which is tomorrow, then 25th, 30th, then July 1st, 2nd to the 7th, then 11th, high watch days.